Sandstorm, and then X-Scissor or Shadow Sneak if you need to do some damage. Will-O-Wisp, of course, halves the attack stat of fighting physical moves, so it can be really handy and it kills over time. So even when you switch him out of the battle, he'll still be getting hurt, you know, whatever Pokemon you use that move on. Here's Vaporeon. This is a typical build with a Vaporeon. Bold Nature, you max out the defense stat and the hit point stat. You use Toxic, Protect, Aqua Ring, Surf. Item of choice would be Leftovers, because Protect plus Aqua Ring and Leftovers means that you're restoring an eighth of your HP at the end of each turn. So you just try to poison him and then gradually kill him with Protect and then Surf. He's got a ton of hit points. Next is Garchomp, Life Orb, Jolly Nature, Max Speed Gene, max out speed and attack. He's got Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Swords Dance, Substitute. The way it works is you throw out a substitute if you think they're going to try to put you to sleep or do something like that. And so it's effective. It's almost like a Lumberry, except now you've got a substitute out, and if you have Leftovers as a held item, then you're gradually getting your hit points back, and they have to hit you twice, a minimum of 2 times to KO this Pokemon once he's got a substitute out, if you manage to get one out at the right time. Swampert, I designed him, he's Brave Nature. I maxed out the attack stat, well, I put most of the points in the attack stat. I maxed out the hit point stat. I put a little bit in the special attack. He's just a wild card just in case someone tries to use a physical and special wall combo, because he hits hard attack stat wise, and he also can do some special attacks pretty effectively. Surf and Ice Beam. Good versus a Hippowdon. He's got a couple of good ribbons to show that he's effective. There's an Infernape. I designed him as a kind of a multi-attack Pokemon as well. Special attack is okay, but he's a Jolly Nature. He's got a really good gene for it, but I didn't train it. I only traded attack and the speed. His speed could be better. It's only 30 speed gene. But Flamethrower and Grass Knot are the special moves. Physical move, Stone Edge, and Close Combat. He has a couple good ribbons to show that he can get the job done in most cases. And Gengar, classic Pokemon, overused, I understand. But he's good if you have the Life Orb, a Focus Sash, or Potato Berry, which are the typical items that you'd want to put on him. Timid Nature, a max gene in the special attack and speed, and I think a 30 in the hit points. So he's got some decent genes. I use him to kill just Infernapes, because Infernapes can be so annoying. You switch to him, supposing that he's going to use a fighting move or something like that, and fighting moves can't hit Ghost type, and then on the next turn you hit Psychic, and it kills the Infernape without a problem, if you're ever in that situation. Here's an Articuno, Lumberry, item of choice, Hardy Nature, which is neutral nature, max gene for hit points, max speed out as well. His defenses aren't that great. They could be better. His attack stat and his special attack stat could be better, but he's designed mainly just to use the Mind Reader Sheer Cold combo. It's really good in the Battle Tower. You put Lumberry on him so that he can't be put to sleep very easy, and you switch out if they use a Rock Slide move or a Lightning move to something like a Swampert or a Garchomp, who can't really be damaged by those attacks. Here's Feraligatr, fun Pokemon. Used a Dragonite to breed the Ice Punch and Dragon Dance together, which is the only way you can really do it, or you can breed Dragon Dance on Generation 3 and then use a Move Tutor on Generation 3. Waterfall, Ice Punch, Dragon Dance, Earthquake. Item of choice would be Lumberry. Or you can even do Leftovers, but I suggest Lumberry. Same with here for this Machamp. Max out the attack stat, max out the hit point stat. Dynamic Punch, one of the most powerful fighting moves in the game if it's always hitting, and it does, with no guard, which is his ability. Weavile, max out attack, max out the speed. typical build. Use Fake Out as the first move just in case they have a Focus Sash, it throws that off. And then the next turn, especially if it's a dragon, you'll kill it in one hit because he's an ice Pokemon. I have Jolteon here. It's just a fun Pokemon. He's not really that powerful. You can call him a special sweeper, but timid nature, he only gets around 319 special attack. Life Orb's okay to use with a Jolteon, but he dies so easy because his attack or his defense stat is so weak that I use Focus Sash instead. I have Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Quick Attack. The hidden power is Hidden Power Ice. It's power 70. The way it's power 70 is because I have the right stats. The defense gene isn't that great. Neither is a hit point gene, but to get Hidden Power Ice, you just need a good attack, speed, and special attack. I think special defense might be part of the equation as well, but I was able to get a 70 power Hidden Power Ice, which is fantastic for killing dragons. And also it's good because lightning isn't very good versus a grass Pokemon, so you just use your Hidden Power Ice to do damage versus grass. It's an okay Pokemon, but it does have a max speed IV, so 394 speed is really quick. And number 2 I have here is just a Jolly Tyranitar. I really like them because he's got a max speed gene. His other genes aren't really that great, but Tyranitar's hit hard anyways. So I max out the attack and the speed gene. He throws out a Sandstorm when he gets put into battle. And the moveset I have is Dragon Dance, Crunch, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. The reason why this moveset is good is because, of course, he gets the same type of attack bonus from Rock Slide and Crunch. I chose Rock Slide because it's more accurate than the Stone Edge, although Stone Edge is a lot more powerful. I just did that, and it does cause flinching, which can be effective if you've used Dragon Dance already, because after one Dragon Dance, his attack is well over 500. I think it's around 550 range or so. And then his speed is well over 360, which is really quick. He's got a couple good ribbons to prove it. And number 1 is Dusknoir. This is my favorite right now. The favorite one that I've built so far. I never saw anyone build something like this. Impus Nature. I subtract some special attack and adds the defense. And then I put a lot of effort points into special defense and the normal defense and maxed out hit points. But he's good because of his pressure ability. Over time, it really can it can knock down the moveset or the PP of certain moves that don't really have much, like a Stone Edge or like a one-hit KO move. The way I use him is you can use him and kill any Pokemon in about 4 turns with Curse, unless they switch out. And if they switch out, they'll lose whatever stat bonuses they might have had. Like if, for instance, they had used Swords Dance or had a whole bunch of stat changes with Baton Pass. Curse is one thing that will always hit, and then I'll eventually kill him. So if you can just hang in until that Pokemon dies, then you'll do pretty well. What I suggest is use Curse on the first turn. If he's not dead on the second, use Pain Split, because it'll balance out the hit points. And then Will-O-Wisp, it knocks down the attack of any physical damaging Pokemon by half. Item of choice is Leftovers. It's a weird build, but it works pretty effectively. I used them in the Battle Tower. I haven't used them enough to get any ribbons, but I don't know, I kind of like them because I haven't, at least when I built them originally, which was about a year ago, I didn't see anyone else think of this. Anyways, that's it.